Door Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Healdsburg Prune Packers Baseball. Before we do our starting lineups, we want to ask everyone to take a look at the diamond. Heading out to throw out the first pitch, Jackson and Wyatt Smith, a couple of 9-year-olds. Their dad, Paul, is going to be heading out. They're representing our host sponsors tonight, Ramey Wine Cellars. It's a family-owned and operated winery. Now, the next generation, Claire and Alan Ramey, serve as co-presidents, are committed to continuing the legacy. Representing them, Wyatt and Jackson, a couple of 9-year-olds, are going to be 10 next month. Look at them, they are ready. They are ready. Their dad, Paul, is out there. Host family, Paul and Monica, fantastic. Members of our Healdsburg Prune Packers. Gentlemen, are you ready? Let it fly. Here we go. Want to keep our Prune Packer players on their toes. Great job. Jackson and Wyatt Smith representing Ramey Wine Cellars. We're going to talk a lot more about them later on. Great job, gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the historic Healdsburg Prune Packers and Recreation Park, we welcome you once again to Art McCaffrey Field and to the Clarence Rodamera Stadium right here in Healdsburg. And tonight, we welcome once again the Athletics of Fresno, taking on our Healdsburg Greyhounds. I'm going to give the starting lineups for both teams, starting with the Athletics. The shortstop for the Athletics, number 4, Justin Tiger. The Athletics center fielder, number 31, Ryan Tiger. Athletics catcher, number 19, Eric Anderson. The right fielder for the Athletics, number 28, Leo Aragon. For the Athletics first baseman, number 7, Cameron DiMaria. The DH for the Athletics, number 16, Steven Martinez. The Athletics center fielder, number 15, Cameron Bryant. Athletics second baseman, number 33, Brandon Dodd. Third baseman for the Athletics, number 34, Jacob May. For the Fresno Athletics, number 22, Eddie Avalos. Once again, the Athletics of Fresno. Now, starting lineup for the Healdsburg Prune Packers. From Portland University, center fielder number 1, Jake Holcroft. UC Santa Barbara right fielder number 11, Jared Sundstrom. From the University of Tennessee, DH number 20, Blake Burke. From Cal State Northridge, third baseman number 6, Joe Kramer. From the University of Missouri, first baseman number 33, Torrin Montgomery. From Portland University, left fielder number 2, Sam Brown. From St. Mary's, our catcher number 7, Blake McDonald. From Texas Tech, second baseman number 12, Zach Villatich. Also from Texas Tech, shortstop number 3, Loudon Brooks. And on the mound, number 24, from UC Berkeley, Tyler Stasiowski. Healdsburg Prune Packers. Now, if you all please rise for the sing our national anthem. Great pleasure to introduce Madigan Love.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
Beautiful job. Unbelievably beautiful. Madigan, love. Great to have you here again, Madigan. Thank you so much. Beautiful job. Well, we got a couple of ball boys, bat boys down in our dugout from the Windsor All-Stars. Cole Sundeni, Bo Ballas going to be doing the work down there. Can't thank those gentlemen enough. Appreciate all of their help here. The Raby Winery cellar. Raby is located by Memorial Bridge. Tasting overlooks the cellar. Harvest is a memorable time to visit. Again, the Raby Wine Cellars, family owned and operated. David and Carla Ramey, now Claire and Alan Ramey, serve as co-presidents and committed to that legacy.
It's a toasty Saturday afternoon in Healdsburg, California, as your Healdsburg Prune Packers look to complete the two-game sweep against the Fresno A's. Hello and welcome to the broadcast, everybody. I'm Nate Weber alongside Andy Campbell. And the Prune Packers have hit 8 home runs combined in their last 2 games. Andy, I know you weren't here for the absolute 21-3 blowout yesterday. So what's been going right for this team?
Well, they've just been hitting their strides right now, especially with that bat, big bats, all throughout the lineup. A lot of those home runs coming towards the bottom of the order. We're going to be looking to see more of the same here today.
Absolutely, and with that, we'll get the starting defensive alignment for Joey Gomes and your Prune Packers. On the mound is the righty Tyler Stasiowski out of UC Berkeley. Doing the catching for him will be Blake McDonald. At third base, Joe Kramer. Shortstop, Loudon Brooks. Second base, Zach Vuletich. Over at first, Torrin Montgomery. And left to right in the outfield will be Sam Brown, Jake Holcomb. And this is the second time in as many days these two teams have met. Like I mentioned, the Packers got the 21-3 win last night. No run rule was called, showing no mercy. See if the Packers can repeat that and get their 3rd consecutive win here tonight. First pitch is fouled back to the screen. And the time of the ball game starts right on time at 6 p.m. 0-1 the count to the shortstop, Justin Tiger. This one misses outside. Count evens at 1-1.
Stasiowski is a quality arm that we have here at the Berg. Has pitched only 6 innings and has recorded 8 strikeouts in that time.
This one misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tyler pinch hit in the ball game last night and actually got hit by a pitch. It was one of the fun kind of moments and what turned out to be a laugher last night. There's a foul tip.
Certainly an unusual situation for a pitcher to come in and pinch hit, but was still productive there at the plate.
Justin Tiger led off the ball game last night with a double. And so far, good at bat for him. He's drawn a full count.
That's what you want to do as a leadoff, going into the top of the first, get the most pitches out on his way to first.
Center fielder for the Athletics, number 31, Ryan Tiger.
Well, the A's to start the ball game for the 2nd straight night. And we'll see if Tiger can run. His brother Ryan, starting in center field, steps to the plate. First pitch hit hard to the left side. A diving stop by Loudon Brooks. Throw to first in time. Loudon Brooks flashing the lever at shortstop. Absolutely sensational play.
Not only just to knock it down, but then to get right back up and make a quality throw to first. He's known for that defensive glove out there. And a great start to the game for him.
Justin Tiger advances to second. That'll bring up the catcher, Eric Anderson. Anderson had an RBI base hit in the 3rd inning in last night's ball game. First pitch is a swing and a miss. Chased a pitch in the dirt. The count's 0-1.
And with a game where your team as a whole wasn't contributing a lot offensively, it can be nice to know that you did your part. You scored some runs. You put some runs on the board. In the 3-hole here, he's going to be looking to do more of the same.
Swing and a miss. Stasiowski took something off that one, and the count's 0-2. Tyler worked 4 innings on the 4th of July. Didn't allow a single run. This one's fouled back to the on-deck circle. 0-2. He allowed just 1 hit and 1 walk in that ball game. Punched out 5 batters. That was far and away his best outing of the season. Looking to follow it up with another doozy right here. This one chopped to the right side of the infield. Montgomery fields and flips to the pitcher Stasiowski to get the out at first, but Tiger takes third.
Now batting for the Athletics, right fielder, number 28, Leo Aragon.
Quality play, great defensive rotation there by the Packers, but now they have to deal with the runner who's now advanced twice to third base, as they'll just take a little single to score him right here.
Here's the cleanup hitter and starting right fielder, Leo Aguin. First pitch runs inside. Blake McDonald lost track of the ball and his glove. Unfortunately, was able to locate both in time to keep Tiger over there at third. 1 ball, no strikes. Something of note is Tiger got thrown out at home plate in the first inning last night trying to advance on a wild pitch. Maybe not looking to take the same risk as a breaking ball hits the outside corner. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Gwynn skies it. Left field foul territory. Gets out of play. Count is 1-2. Stasiowski looking to strand the runner at third. Keep the A's off the board in the first. Aguin gets a hold of it, sending it to right field. And it falls in front of Sundstrom. Tiger comes in to score, and it's 1-0 Fresno.
Next for the Athletics, first baseman, number 7, Cameron DeMaria.
Solid piece of hitting there, just able to find it.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Colin DeMaria. DeMaria's dad is the GM of the Fresno A's, made the trip up to Healdsburg. First pitch misses upstairs, 1 ball, no strikes. Cameron had an offer in the ballgame last night. He punched out 3 times and gets hit by a pitch.
Next for the Athletics, their DH, number 16, Steven Martinez.
Tough sequence for Stasiowski with 2 outs. Was a strike away from getting out of the inning, but surrenders a single. That scored a run and then plunked DeMaria.
He's been looking solid on the mound overall, but still to stop the bleeding here early.
First pitch to Steven Martinez, breaks off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Martinez hit the ball really hard last night. 1-0 on the way. This is downstairs, 2-0.
We'll sit down, I promise.
Aguin the runner at second with DeMaria over at first. Stasiowski working out of the stretch. This one's hit hard to left field, and it's going to drop. We're going to wave around Aguin. He'll score standing up, and it's another 2-out RBI knock for Fresno, and it's 2-0.
Now batting for the Athletics, their center fielder, number 15, Cameron Bryant.
Tough start here for Stasiowski, and already early we're seeing a completely different Fresno A's than we did the previous night.
So DeMaria's the runner at second, Martinez at first, 2 home in the inning for Cameron Bryant. First pitch hits the outside corner for strike 1. Bryant had a fantastic night last night. Went 2 for 2 with an RBI. He also walked. Lays off a pitch low and away. 1-1 the count. Stasiowski steps off, comes back, checks the runner at second, kicks and fires. Nice breaking ball, hits the outside corner. And once again, Stasiowski is a strike away from getting out of the jam.
Quality breaking ball there. And there's a third one, very similar path there, just crossing the plate and nicking the outside corner. Been very consistent up on the mound.
The 1-2. Misses upstairs. Two on the way, and it's in for a called third strike. Fresno A's plate 2, but they strand 2. See if the Packers can respond in the bottom half, coming up after the break.
Absolute attention to the tiniest detail, balanced by a willingness to trust nature's sometimes unpredictable impulses, a philosophy rooted in traditional methods combined with an eagerness to explore exciting innovations in the industry. Ramey Wine Cellars' belief that life is for living, wine is for sharing, and harmony is the essence of both. Ramey Wine Cellars, our featured sponsor tonight. Fielder number 1, Jake Holcroft.
Here's the leadoff man, Jake Holcroft, set to get it started for the Packers in the bottom of the first, and they're currently facing an early 2-0 deficit. But if last night, and quite frankly the previous several weeks, are any indication, that is certainly not insurmountable for this team.
Almost certainly not a team to get too down on themselves quick. Knowing what they're capable of certainly helps that fact. And speaking of capability, Jake Holcroft's been looking fantastic. A 15-game hitting streak he's looking to extend today.
Been tearing the cover off the ball lately. Didn't play in the game last night, so he's got a fresh pair of legs here. Fouls this one back. And the count's 0-2.
And a lot of this fantastic hitting streak that we've been seeing from him took place lower in the order. But still hasn't skipped a beat here now that he's back at leadoff.
Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses outside. On the mound for the Fresno A's is the right-handed pitcher Eddie Avalos. Avalos is out of Reedley College, which is where a lot of these Fresno A's players go. Here's the 1-2 to Holcroft. Misses inside, 2-2 the count. Holcroft's got his average up to 386 on the year. And he's a menace on the base path. He's swiped 11 bags this year. See if he can.
FedEx Santa Barbara right fielder, number 11, Jared Sundstrom.
That's how a lot of those at-bats go for Holcroft there. Not afraid to do a little bit of opposite field hitting, find a gap in that infield, and take that leadoff single.
Well, there you go. Got the hit streak out of the way early. 16 games now. That'll bring up Jared Sundstrom, 341 with 9 homers on the year. That's best in the CCL. First pitch downstairs, Anderson trying to get a pickoff at first, and Holcroft's back in time. Jared was 2 for 6 in the ball game last night. Drove in 3 runs, doubled and homered. Pickoff over to first. Holcroft back in time. Avalos comes set. Here's the pitch. Finds the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So far, 2 pickoff attempts and 2 pitches. The Athletics here respecting that plus speed of Holcroft.
Here's the 1 from takes outside, 2 on the count. Jared has reached successfully in 16 of 17 home games this year. And like many of his teammates, loves to hit here at Rec Park. Another pickoff move over to first. And again, Jake Holcroft back in time. Well, they clearly did their homework, and they know Jake is tough to get out on the base paths, trying to keep him close. And another pickoff move.
They're respecting him for sure. Very explosive on the base pass. We'll see if they'll attempts to hold him there will be successful.
Avalos misses inside, falls behind 3-1. Jared is one of 6 batters in the starting lineup to have either the same number of walks as strikeouts or more walks than strikeouts. Fouls this one off to the left side.
Packers overall as a team see the ball very well. Not uncommon to see that sort of number.
It's just incredible to think how hard it is to draw a walk and how easy it is to strike out, that so many guys more walks than strikeouts.
Something that
there's a foul ball.
Is a little underappreciated, I feel, because we see it so frequently. That, yeah, it is very difficult to see the ball that well when you're seeing a lot of good breaking stuff to be able to gauge whether it's going to be in the zone and fight off the ones that are.
Well, Holcroft took off with the last payoff pitch. Let's see if he does it again. This one misses low, and Sundstrom has drawn a walk. First 2 Packers reach base here in the first.
Number 20, Blake.
That'll bring up Blake Burke. 27 driven in. That number is best on the team and second in the CCL. I feel like we're due for a Burke bomb. It's been a couple weeks since he's gone yard, and lines one right to second. That'll be a double play. Is it a triple play? No, it's not. We almost witnessed a triple play. Blake Burke lines out to the second baseman. They get Holcroft at second. Return throw to first. Nearly got Sundstrom. But the throw is not in time. A little bit of tough luck there for Blake Burke and the Packers.
I would say so. That's a hard hit ball, but a little too hard hit as the runner there at second wasn't able to get back off the catch and resulted in a double play here for the Packers. We'll see if Joe Kramer can shake up the luck here.
As you can see on your screen, Joe Kramer's .407 batting average. It's best on the team. Lifts this one into foul territory. First base line, and it goes into the bleachers.
Joey Gomes recognizes the consistency. There's a reason that Kramer's here in the cleanup role.
He's really started to find his power swing. He's cranked 4 home runs here at Rec Park. 5 overall on the season. This one misses downstairs. Sundstrom takes off. The throw was in time, but it gets away from the man covering. So Sundstrom's in with the stolen base.
A little bit of a late reaction time on the throw, but still almost got him. Just barely tipped the glove of the shortstop there.
Counts even at 1-1. Sundstrom now in scoring position. See if the Packers can cash in. Kramer pops it up behind home plate. Anderson doesn't have a play on it. It hits off the roof.
Double bounce.
Not a cloud in the sky today. Wind was blowing in during batting practice. So I doubt we'll see the ball carry out like we saw it last night. And this one is in for a called third strike. Packers strand a runner on second, and they can't get one back. Score remains 2-0 A's. We head to the second. Be right back after the break.
Pitcher Iron Joe McGinty wins 2 games today, doubleheader, bringing his record on July 9th, 1904 to 22-2. Iron Joe McGinty, 1904 for the Giants, 22-2. Leading off the top of the second inning for the Athletics, their second baseman, number 33, Brandon Dodd.
Now the 4-5, Fresno A's here in the top of the second, who have a 2-0 lead on the Prune Packers. Tyler Stasiowski had a tough first inning, but was able to work himself out of a jam and prevent even more runs from scoring. He stranded a couple of runners on base, but would like to get off to a little bit of a better start in this inning.
We'll see if he can make that adjustment. Let a couple singles get. Did have a bean, but it changed.
First pitch, skied into right field. Sundstrom moving to his right. He's under it. He's got it for out number 1.
Dominating for the Athletics, third baseman, number 34, Jacob Maynard.
Well, 1 pitch, 1 out. Not a bad way to get it started. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, third baseman Jacob Maynard. We saw him on the mound last night. Now working in the lineup over at the hot corner. First pitch finds the zone for strike 1. Stasiowski going right after Maynard. He's ahead 0-2.
And I think you see that a little bit more with the bottom of the order. The pitcher's not afraid to throw it down the middle. Less likely to chew around the zone there as he gets ahead early.
0-2 misses upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Maynard. This one misses off the plate. 2-2 the count. Notice Stasiowski always working out of the stretch. One of the pitchers that doesn't opt to work out of the windup. That one's in for a called third strike. Quickly, 2 up, 2 down for Stasiowski in the second.
Shortstop, number 4, Justin Tiger.
As you mentioned, straight from the stretch, I think that can help a lot of pitchers just be consistent, whether there's runners on or not, just always having that same routine that they go through for each pitch.
I'll bring up Tiger. First pitch swinging, pops it foul to the left side, out of play. 0-1 the count. Yeah, I'm surprised more pitchers don't always work out of the stretch. It just seems kind of a interesting concept to me that you would change, maybe not your mechanics, but your delivery for different situations. This one, driven into center field, Holcroft moving over, and he's got it in the gap in left center field. 1-2-3 inning for Stasiowski, keeping the A's off the board in the second. It's still 2-0 Fresno. Packers due up in the bottom half coming up in just a moment.
Book your reservation, and the tasting will be complimentary. Ramey Wine Cellars. Just mention the Packers for that complimentary tasting at Ramey. Great, great sponsors. Our featured sponsors tonight. Hitting off the bottom of the second inning, University of Missouri, first baseman, number 33, Torrin Montgomery.
5, 6, 7 to get it started for the Packers in the bottom of the second. They trail the Fresno A's 2-0. But the Fresno A's killer, Torrin Montgomery, up to the plate. He has absolutely mashed against the Fresno A's in his career. First pitch takes off the plate, 1 ball, no strikes.
3 career home runs against this team, tacking one on last night. Feeling good going into this, hopefully putting a run on the board even.
Gets ahead, 2 balls, no strikes. Torrin is really starting to find himself at the plate. A couple homers on the year, 7 runs batted in. And he's yet to strike out in 23 plate appearances this summer. 2-0 finds the outside corner. Montgomery may not have liked that call, but it's 2-1.
And we've been talking about how easy it is to strike out with the type of pitching you see in this league, and here's a guy that has yet to see a K all year.
Well, home plate umpire calls that pitch a strike. Counts 2-2.
Favoring the outside part of the zone.
Dirt. Montgomery's worked a full count. A couple of hard hit balls off Avalos in the first, but not much to show for it. Here's the payoff. Montgomery drives it, right field, moving back on it, and grabbing it as a Gwynn for out number 1.
Next for Brooklyn University, the fielder, number 2.
Well, here's the hottest hitter in the lineup. It's the lefty Sam Brown. In his last couple of games, he's cranked 3 homers. And he's brought his batting average up 51 points in his last 3 games. Takes the first pitch off the plate for ball 1.
And before these games, he was in a bit of a cold spell. Had batted, gotten one hit in the last 8 at bats before his home run 2 nights ago.
Brown drives it deep to center field, back in the gap, and it's going to get over the head of the center fielder Tiger, rolling all the way to the wall. Brown, he's going for third. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. Stay hot, Sam Brown.
Now batting for St. Mary's, catcher number 7, Blake McDonald.
Just goes to show when you're hot, when you're feeling good about what you're doing, you can make a quick turnaround like he has so far in these last few games.
First triple of the year for Sam Brown. He continues his hot streak at the plate. That'll give way to the catcher, Blake McDonald. First pitch gets away from the backstop, Anderson, but Brown stays put over there at third. Boy, Ryan Tiger, I thought he was going to have a play on it. He was booking it over there into the left center field gap, but hit a little too hard and a little too far by Sam Brown. 1-0 the count to McDonald. Here's the pitch. Hits it to the left side, and it goes foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blake's got 13 ribbies on the year, hitting .254, but he's also got 3. One on the way. McDonald skies it into right field. Aguin's under it. He's got it. Should be deep enough to score. Brown. Here's the throw, and it's offline. RBI sac fly for Blake McDonald makes it 2-1 here in the second.
Our next for the Prune Packers from Texas Tech, second baseman, number 12, Zach Village.
Great way to tack a run on the board. We talk about Blake McDonald being sort of an offensive catcher and showing off that strong bat of his, getting the sac fly and getting the first run here for the Packers.
Yeah, always seems to give you a very good situational at bat. Vuletich looks at a strike. Zach's up to .276 on the year. He's homered and driven in 10. This one runs inside and hits him right there on the elbow guard.
Now batting for the Prune Packers from Texas Tech, shorts, Loudon Brooks.
Seen a lot of hit batsmen in these last couple of games. It's the second hit by pitch between these two teams already today in the second. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Loudon Brooks.
Loudon had a fantastic defensive effort early in this game. And that's the sort of important play that can sometimes you can take into your at-bat.
First pitch to Brooks, misses off the plate inside, and the count's 1-0. Let's see if Loudon can find a gap. All 3 of his extra base hits this year are triples. Fastball misses off the plate. 1-1 the count.
Most of that's partial to those speedy wheels he's got and extend those extra base hits.
2-0 on the way. Brooks pops it foul, out of play to the right side. 2 on the count. Well, Vuletich is a threat to run at first. He's got 4 stolen bases. Lifts it in the air to the right side toward the foul line. It just does go foul.
Vuletich almost to third base there, had a great jump off it, but Unfortunately, just chopped foul.
In the on-deck circle is the leadoff man, Jake Holcroft. Let's see if Brooks can get on and give Jake a chance to drive a run in here. Here's the pitch, and it's hit hard into left field for a base hit. Great at bat by Loudon Brooks, and the Packers have runners at first and second with 2 down in the top of the order coming up.
Jake Holcroft.
Holcroft getting his hitting streak extension out of the way early. Had a nice opposite field single to start off the game for the Packers.
See if the Packers can tie this game up or even take the lead. First pitch to Holcroft, misses downstairs, gets away from Anderson, and both runners advance. Well, that's huge because a base hit could give the Packers the lead right here now.
That is a big swing, and we know Holcroft is fantastic of getting that bat to the ball, so we'll see if they can score 2 off a single here.
Avalos trying to strand those runners on for the 8th. It's inside, 2-0. Coming into this game, Jake batting .560 in the month of July. Hits this one hard into right field, but right to Aguin comes in, and he can't make the play. That'll score 2, and the Packers have the lead. It's 3-2 in the second. Looked like a can of corn right to Leo Aguin, but it clanks off his glove. And a break there for the Packers, which allows them to get the lead.
And right there, as you said, it looked like he was right to him, but he sort of had his glove dipped down a little bit low. I think that's mostly because it wasn't a pop fly. That was definitely a line drive. Came in on it expecting to get a glove on it, but low.
1-0 the count to Sundstrom. See if Jared can find some more of that 2-out magic. Swing and a miss. Three of Jared's 9 homers have come with 2 outs, and the other 3 came from the leadoff spot. Swing and a miss there. One ball, 2 strikes. Holcroft the runner at first, 2 home for the Packers. He takes off, there's a swing and a miss, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Packers plate 3 runs and grab their first lead of the ball game. Fresno A's due up in the top of the 3rd. We'll be right back in just a moment.
And our bleachers that we're sitting in were brought here, built in 1923, celebrating 99 years of baseball right here in Hillsburg. And in this day in history, in 1937, Joe DiMaggio hits for the cycle as he delivers 2 home runs, a triple, a double, and a single, helping the Yankees maul the Senators 16-2. The Yankee Clipper will accomplish this feat only once again in 1948. 1937.
Staring up the road, pray to God I see headlights. I made it down the coast in 17 hours, picking me a bucket, that was clouds, and I'm hoping to rally. I can see my baby tonight. So we're riding in mama like a wagon wheel, riding in mama.
Fresno Athletics. Their center fielder number 31, Ryan Tiger.
Hello and welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Hayden Weber alongside Andy Campbell, bringing you Prune Packers baseball from Rec Park in Healdsburg, California. Packers with the 3-2 lead on the Fresno A's. Tyler Stasiowski, his third inning of work, falls behind 1-0.
Over first inning, let a couple hits get by him, but then had a fantastic performance there in the second. So that
1 ball, 1 strike. Something I've noticed is Tyler works very quickly. This one runs high and tight. 2-1 the count.
that he does, works very efficiently up there on the mound. One of the reasons he's able to get in and out of the second so quick. Jumps on the pitch counts and overall does a fantastic job.
3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Hit hard to the left side, fielded by Kramer. The throw to first is in time for out number 1.
Next for the Athletics, catcher number 19, Eric Anderson.
Kind of did a rough count there between pitches, about 9 seconds. So he is not messing around out there. Pitches the ball. Fires a Eric Anderson, it's 0-1.
And he's feeling consistent right now, and once you get that ball rolling, you don't really want those pauses in between. You just want to keep doing what you do, keep finding the zone.
Swing and a miss. And in the blink of an eye, Stasiowski is ahead 0-2. The kick, the pitch. Anderson drives it deep to right. Back is Sundstrom at the wall. It is gone. Well, that was no cheapie off the bat of Eric Anderson to tie the ball game at 3. Certainly gave it a ride.
A no-doubter just off the sound alone. Great crack of the bat there. Just able to find itself a nice cushy spot out in the bleachers. And
this game all knotted up at 3. Brings up Leo Aguin. First pitch finds the zone, 0-1 the count. We've seen Tyler run into some tough situations, not only today, but in a couple of outings earlier in the season. We know he has tremendous makeup. He's not the kind of guy who's going to let a mistake eat away at him.
well, most certainly, and that's just as important as being able to work when you're rolling as being able to work when you're not. And so far, he's known for getting out of those jams and stopping the runs from stacking up too much.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Leo Aguin, the right fielder. And an RBI knock his first time up. Swing and a miss. Nice pass. That's the second out of the inning.
Cameron Buria.
Here's the first baseman, Cameron DeMaria, with 2 outs.
There's another first pitch strike for Stasiowski.
The kick, the pitch. Fouled back. 0-2 the count.
Another quick 0-2 there. That count leverage is always something that Stasiowski's looking for.
Third 0-2 count for Tyler. See if he can finish him off here. Hit hard, but foul down the left field line.
The good news is
Due up for the Packers in the bottom of the third will be Blake Burt, Joe Kramer, and Torrin Montgomery. 3-4-5. 0-2 on the way. Just off the plate. Counts 1-2. Strikeouts for Stasiowski after giving up the home run. The Fresno A's tie it up. It's 3-3. We head to the bottom of the third coming up after the break.
Narrow margin of 14-12 vote to establish the Cy Young Award, July 9th, 1956, to honor the Major League's most outstanding pitcher. Of course, this year, the Cy Young Award goes to Dodger pitcher Don Newcomb, who also won the Most Valuable Player Award. So the first year of the Cy Young went to Don Newcomb. 1956, they voted to have the Cy Young Award. Leading out at the bottom of the third inning for the Packers, University of Tennessee, DH number 20, Blake Burke.
Tie ball game here in the bottom of the third. Blake Burke trying to get the lead right back after Eric Anderson tied this game up with a solo shot in the top half. Eddie Avalos back on for his third inning of work. First pitch to Burke is a strike, says the home plate umpire. It's 0-1. This is downstairs, 1-1 the count. You'll notice Avalos, like Stasiowski, prefers to work entirely out of the stretch. Burke hits it hard right to the second baseman. Throw to first is in time.
Now batting for Cal State Northridge, third baseman number 6, Joe Kramer.
Second at bat there from Burke, where he had a nice hard hit, hold ball, but both times not able to really capitalize on it.
Well, it doesn't look like Avalos is throwing too hard up there, but
wow.
Seems to be locating his pitch as well. First pitch to Kramer, just off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes.
As you mentioned, been throwing quite quality so far this game, keeping the Packers at bay. The offense on this team is very potent. It's always a threat.
This one misses inside. 2 balls, no strikes. And if it wasn't for that error in right field with 2 outs in the last inning, Packers would probably still be looking at just 1 run on the board. 2-0 on the way. This one popped up. Side and foul. Packers continue to really enjoy a lot of success here at home. Especially Joe Kramer. 15 RBI to go along with 4 home runs here in Healdsburg. 3-1 the count. Avalos comes set to kick the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and Kramer has worked a 1-out walk.
Now back to University of Missouri, first baseman, number 33, Torrin Montgomery.
That'll bring up the first baseman, Torrin Montgomery. First pitch misses downstairs. Trickles away from Anderson, but he finds it in time to keep the runner at first. Montgomery lifts it to the right side and foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. To go on to the home success, the Packers have won 13 straight here at home, 16-1 on the season. And when you play well at home, that's really the anchor for any good team. Got to win in front of the hometown faithful. Montgomery lines this one into the left center field gap. Rounding second, heading for third is Kramer. They're going to wave him in on home. He's going to score standing up. It's an RBI double for Torrin Montgomery, and the Packers have gotten the lead right back. It's 4-3.
Now batting for Portland University, left fielder, number 2, Sam Brown.
Talked about Torrin's success against this team, and he shows a perfect time to display it for us here as he drives in and gets the Packers their lead back.
Sam reached in every single at-bat. He homered twice, singled, and was hit by a pitch 3 times. And just does get a piece of that first pitch, but fouls it off. 0-1 the count. Sam making his first start out in left field this summer. This one gets away from Anderson, rolling to the backstop, and Montgomery takes third without a throw. And there have been a couple of those where Anderson was visibly frustrated behind home plate, and he's going to have a chat with Avalos on the mound.
I've seen a couple slaps of the glove or a punch into the pocket of the glove there. Can be frustrating, especially when you believe it's a wild pitch that you can get your glove on to award that free 90 feet.
Well, the infield playing back for Fresno, so a ground ball likely scores a run here.
Risky move with 1 out, especially with the guy who has the hot bat as of late.
This pitch misses outside. 2-1 the count. This one backdoors into the strike zone. 2-2 the count. "21 runs in the ball game last night, most all season. Scored 10 runs in the 7th. That was the most in any half inning in the season." This one misses downstairs. Nice block by Anderson. Here's the payoff pitch to Brown. and he foul tips it into the mid of Anderson. That's out number 2.
Now batting, St. Mary's catcher number 7, Blake McDonald.
It'll be up to the catcher Blake McDonald to get Torrin Montgomery home from third. The Packers have already gotten the lead back. Chance to add another on here. First pitch from Avalos, and it's yanked deep left center field, and that one is off the wall. Montgomery scores. It's a 2-out RBI double for Blake McDonald, and it's 5-3 Packers in the third.
Texas Tech, second baseman, number 12, Zach Willikich.
There's that offense that McDonald's known for, just jumping on the first pitch he likes. Taking to that deep pocket out there in left center.
Great start to this game for Blake McDonald. 2 at-bats and 2 RBI. Here's Zach Vuletich. First pitch, misses downstairs. Anderson gets a glove on it. Keeps McDonald there at second. Well, of the 21 runs last night, it's going to be a tough act to follow. Early indication is that I think the Packers are going to score a whole lot of runs here tonight.
I would say so. This is a team, it's almost hard for them not to put runs on the board. Talking about Packers offense, I'm delivering my favorite statistic yet again, that all starters have a on-base percentage above .310, and 6 of those 9 people in the batting order have an on-base percentage above 400. And so when you're talking about that sort of consistency, you're talking about a lot of runs on the board.
Absolutely. This one misses outside. Avalos has fallen behind on Vuletich, 3-0. Well, there's something to be said about getting traffic on the bases. As exciting as home runs are to see, there's something very daunting to a pitcher about having traffic on the bases. Really allows the innings to snowball, if you will.
Oh, without a doubt, and we know this team can hit the home runs very well, but as we talked about, that's not the only way they generate the offense and they put pressure on the pitchers.
Vuletich calls time. Well, and when the Packers do hit home runs, it's usually with runners on base, and we know those can, 3-run home runs, grand slams can change a game on a dime. 3-0 on the way, Vuletich taken all the way. And it's in for a strike, 3-1 the count.
And even with the best of teams, home runs are an exciting thing, and so you want to get the most runs that you can out of it. And a team that generates so much traffic on the base paths, it's always nice to pick up some extra RBIs.
Vuletich lays off the off-speed pitch in the dirt, and he's worked himself a 2-out walk.
Now batting for Texas Tech, shortstop, number 3, Loudon Brooks.
Well, Loudon delivered with 2 outs his last time up, lined a single into left field to keep the inning going. He came around to score. We're going to have a mound visit. And while they meet, talk about some action going on around the CCL today. The Mudcats have a doubleheader against the Sonoma Stompers after last night's game got canceled. Walnut Creek Crawdads are in Santa Barbara to take on the Foresters. Foresters won last night 12. Lose. 2-on, 2-out. First pitch to Loudon Brooks. He chases an off-speed pitch off the plate, and he falls behind 0-1. The pitch from Avalos. Brooks fouls it back to the screen, and it's 0-2. Holcroft stands on deck. 2 home in the inning for the Packers. Comes home. Brooks hits this one into shallow left field, and it gets down in front of Bryant. McDonald's rounding third. He's going to score standing up, and it's 6-3.
Next, Portland University center fielder number 1, Jake Holcroft.
Enough to get down there, and Joey over there at third, sending the runner, and with the offline throw, able to tack on 2 more there.
Already 2 hits in the game for Loudon Brooks, and now he's got himself an RBI. Bulatich second, Brooks over at first. First pitch to Holcroft. Finds the zone for strike 1. I did not expect Blake McDonald to score on that base hit in a shallow left field, but they gave him the aggressive wave. Holcroft chops it to second, fielded cleanly by Dodd. The throw to first is in time. Packers get 3 home, get the lead right back. It's 6-3. We head to the 4th coming up after the break.
Opportunity tonight to thank Raby Wine Cellars. They're going to be raffling off 2 bottles of their award-winning 100-point Chardonnay from the Rook-Gilby Vineyard. They're going to be passing out free complimentary raffle tickets. We're going to have a drawing at the end of the 6th inning, and the 2 winners will connect with Paul Smith. He will connect with you and make sure you get those 2 bottles of 100-point award-winning Chardonnay. They're going to be passing out free complimentary tickets, and we'll be giving the winners at the end of the 6th inning. So great, kind of a fun opportunity tonight to win yourself a bottle of some incredible award-winning Chardonnay from Raby Wine Cellars. So look out for be on the lookout for the kids passing out free raffle. The top of the 4th inning for the Athletics, the DH number 16, Steven Martinez.
We're in the top of the 4th inning. Tyler Stasiowski set to face Steven Martinez to get it started. Packers with a 6-3 lead. First pitch. And Martinez, I think he fouled it off his foot. Walking it off a little bit, and the count's 0-1. Here's the pitch from Stasiowski, swing and a miss. And once again, he jumps ahead on a batter 0-2.
He's aggressive on the mound. He's very consistent in finding that zone.
This one hit hard, but right to the third baseman, and it gets under his glove. Goes into left field.
Batting for the Athletics, left fielder number 15, Cameron Bryant.
And it looked like Kramer might have had a play on it, just picked his glove a little up too early.
That's not the first time one of those many 0-2 counts resulted in a hit. He's going to be looking to maybe throw a little bit more of a competitive pitch, a pitcher's pitch, especially when you're that ahead in the count, something that they can't really get their bat to as well.
1-0 the count to Cameron Bryant, struck out looking his first time up. Hits it to third. That's going to be a 5-4-3 double play.
Thanks for the Athletics.
certainly in a double play situation like that has a lot of moving parts, but the Packers don't make it appear that way. They just make it look so clean, simple, easy. And a great way to get 2 outs.
There's a swing and a miss from Brandon Dodd. Brandon Goose Dodd, being told he's named after the Top Gun character because of that mustache. Goose falls behind 0-2. There's a swing and a miss. Stasiowski strikes out Dodd on 3 pitches. And the score remains 6-3 Packers. We'll be back after the break.
58. On Capitol Hill, Casey Stengel and Mickey Mantle appeared in front of the Senate Antitrust and Monopoly Subcommittee, led by Tennessee Senator Estes Kefauver. The old professor, Casey Stengel, rambles on for 45 minutes, confusing everyone. Are just about the same as Casey's. 1958, Casey Stengel and Mickey Mantle in front of the Senate on monopolies. Leading off the bottom of the 4th inning for the Prune Packers. You see center on right field number 11, Jared Sundstrom.
Two, 3, 4 to get it started for the Prune Packers here in the bottom of the 4th, starting with Jared Sundstrom. Packers with a 6-3 lead, looking to add to that right here. Packers have got 6 runs in on exactly 6 hits so far off Avalos. As Sundstrom swings through the first pitch, he falls behind 0-1. Now the Packers have just not been fooled at all by any of the pitching Fresno's had to offer. It's a breaking ball, finds the zone for strike 2.
Most definitely, they had some struggles, a scoreless bottom of the 1st, but this is a team that can make the quick adjustments, especially with the starter, and figure out their stuff pretty quick and get those runs on the board.
0-2 to Sundstrom. Chops it foul down the left side. Well, dating back to last season, in their last 3 matchups, the Packers have outscored the Fresno A's 58-4. None of the games have been particularly close. 0-2 on the way. Misses upstairs.
I love it when you pull out these historical facts, because I just think it shows the longevity of the Prune Packers over many years, especially these last few.
Yeah. And it's not to discredit the Fresno A's. That happens. They can do that to anybody. I mean, we saw earlier this season they beat the Crawdads 16-2, and the Crawdads are probably the 2nd best team in the CCL North. So Fresno A's are not unique in that regard. Here's the 1-2 to Sundstrom. Misses downstairs. Here's the pitch. Sundstrom pops it up. Catcher takes his mask off, and it hits off the roof right above us. Those big loopy fly balls behind home plate, you're just waiting to hear the thud right above us, and it catches you by surprise a little bit. Here's the pitch to Sundstrom. He's worked a walk.
Grab at the University of Tennessee, DH, number 20, Blake.
So Sundstrom gets his second walk of the ball game, and to 13 strikeouts. So 2 more walks than punch-outs. Here's Blake Burke. First pitch takes a strike.
And even though there's no runners in scoring position per se, there's always a threat on extending that RBI lead that he has with that big power bat.
This one misses downstairs. Anderson thought about a pickoff throw over to first, but couldn't find the handle on it. Count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. This one misses Lone away, 2 on the count. I think it's safe. Pretty much lived up to the expectations. This is a collegiate baseball and perfect game. Freshman team All-American. He's a superstar at Tennessee. This guy is probably going to play in the big leagues someday. This one misses downstairs. 3-1 the count.
It would not surprise me to see him in the MLB. It's hard to believe he's only 19 years of age going into his sophomore year.
So much power in that bat. Such a sweet swing, too. 3-1 on the way. And he gets a piece of it, fouling it off to the left side. Second straight full count for Avalos here in the 4th.
Wasn't able to K up the last full count. We'll see if he has better luck in this situation. Blake Burke.
Joe Kramer stands on deck. Here's the payoff pitch. Burke lifts it out to left field, going back as Bryant toward the wall, and he makes a sliding catch. My goodness, what a play over there in left field by Cameron Bryant to rob Blake Burke of extra bases.
Next from Cal State Northridge, third baseman, number 6, Joe Kramer.
There's the 3rd time we've seen Blake Burke just power one someone on the field. This time just, again, not able to get the hit he was looking for. A fantastic play out there and left as well.
And Sundstrom was at second base when he caught that ball, so he had to a full sprint back over to first. Here's Joe Kramer. 1 down in the inning now. 6-3 Packers. First pitch misses outside. Anderson's displayed a lot of athleticism behind home plate. He's given the A's some great defense back there. 1-0 on the way.
4 pass ball. You had 4 going as well.
Avalos comes set. 2 on the way. There's a nice block by Anderson. 3-0 the count.
We've seen a lot more count struggles here from the Athletics here in the 4th.
On the way, and it dusts Kramer off the plate. It's a 4-pitch walk.
Now batting University of Missouri at first baseman number 33, Prune Montgomery.
Here's Torrin Montgomery.
Had a big double early in this game. And with 2 runners on after Kramer records his second walk of the game.
Deep left center field, going back toward the scoreboard, and it's over the glove of Tiger. 1 run scores. Here comes another. He scores standing up. Montgomery heads to third, and he's in with a 2-run triple.
Now batting for Portland, left fielder number 2, Sam Brown.
Then Montgomery goes again, clearing the bases for the second time. We've talked about his home run capabilities against this team, but here he is with a double and a triple early on.
Packers now with an 8-3 lead brings up Sam Brown. Montgomery over at third, first pitch. Misses off the plate, 1 ball, no strikes. Sam's 1 for 2 with the triple, and he came around to score back in the second. Hits it over to first, and it's clanked off the glove of DeMaria. Run's going to score, and the runner's safe over at first. Boy, a defensive meltdown on the right side of the infield for the A's. And they might have had a play on Brown, but the pitcher covering and DeMaria collided over at first. So Brown got in safely.
First baseman there so frustrated he wasn't able to put a glove on that he forgot to go and cover and play his position. Packers.
Staying over the campus with your dad. I was proud that I stayed in this awesome place outside of Yellowstone. And you're staying in the same place with us in Grand Mainland.
So the score is 9. 1-0 the count on McDonald. Pickoff throw to first. And Brown's back in time.
And we've talked about the big scoring last night and how it would be a difficult feat to match it, but so far, Packers seem on par with how they're performing last night.
McDonald hits it hard to left. Bryant comes in. He's got it for the second out.
Now batting from Texas Tech, second base number 12, Zach Milovich.
Zach Vuletich coming off a great night, 2 RBIs and 2 walks.
Down Brown at first. For the 3rd straight inning, Packers have 3 home. First pitch to Vuletich, and he gets a hold of it. Sending it deep to left. It is back, and it is way out of here. Two-run jack for Vuletich. It's his second of the year, and it's 11-3 Packers.
Texas.
I'm telling you, man, Zach has got some serious pop.
I would say so. We've seen a lot of home runs here at the Berg in the last few days, but that one was a no-doubter.
Yeah, that would have got out to dead center if he hit it there. So that's going to spell the end of the day for Eddie Avalos. Tough day for him. 11 runs come in to score. And the Packers, once again, have got themselves out to a huge lead on the Fresno A's. It's 11-3 here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll be right back after the break with the new pitcher.
Coming to pitch for the Athletics, number 54, Trey Williams. Now batting from Texas Tech, shortstop number 3, Loudon Brooks.
Hello and welcome back to the broadcast. Loudon Brooks on against the new arm for the Fresno A's. He's behind 0-1 in the count. Definitely a different look out of the bullpen here. New pitcher on is number 54, Trey Williams. Kind of a low sidearm delivery.
It is an unusual motion, not something you see a whole lot in this league. As we zoom in to take a closer look at this delivery.
Brooks skies it to the left side and out of play.
Big leg kick, very jerky motion, low delivery as you mentioned, can definitely fool the batter, but can be sort of hard to control. And we'll see if we see a lot more pass balls from this one.
Well, you certainly don't see a lot of this kind of pitcher at this level. Breaking ball misses off the plate 2-2. It's not quite submarine, but it's the big leg kick, the sidearm. He's got that big looping slider. You can just see it.
As you mentioned, very submarine-esque, but keeps the top of his hand coming down, just a very low delivery point.
Here's the payoff pitch, and Brooks works a 2-out walk.
Next for the Prune Packers from Portland University, center fielder, number 1, Jake Holcroft.
That sort of motion, it can be hard to be accurate consistently. And I can see us seeing a lot of outside balls and a lot of walk.
Here's Jake Holcroft. Finds the zone for strike 1. Jake is the 9th man to bat in the inning. On deck is Jared Sundstrom, who started off with the walk. This one misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Can we get to it?
Pick off throw over to first. Brooks is back in time. One on the way. Holcroft pops it up, left side. Baseman coming in, and he can't quite make a play on it. Was in foul territory, so the count goes to 1-2. That Packers, however, they've already matched that number so far today. 1-2 the count to Holcroft. Williams comes set, fires. Holcroft gets a piece of it, fouling it back, and stays alive.
Some quality contact you're looking for with 2 on.
Well, let's see if they put Brooks in motion. He's got a couple stolen bases on the year. Here's the next pitch. Misses downstairs. Brooks takes off. Here's the throw. And they got him. It was a nice tag. The shortstop Tiger was able to put on him, and that'll end the inning. But not before the Packers plate 5 runs. It's 11-3 Prune Packers. We head to the 5th coming up in just a moment.
Washington, and of course, from all parts of California, they come to Healdsburg, and the host families bring them a great place to stay for the summer. Tip of our cap to all of our wonderful host families. Thank you all so much. Coming to pitch for the Prune Packers from UC Berkeley, number 16, Christian Becerra. And leading out for Jacob Maynard.
We're in the top of the 5th inning. Prune Packers with an 11-3 lead on the Fresno A's. New pitcher on is the right-hander Christian Becerra. First pitch is lifted foul out of play for strike 1.
It's been a great thing to see. We have a lot of strikeout relievers in our bullpen.
Going on the way to Maynard. Misses off the plate. Count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 on the way. Becerra spikes it, 2 on the count. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. One up, one down for Becerra. Gets a strikeout.
Justin Tiger.
It was a quality way to start a relief, getting your 20th strikeout on the season. And these Packers so far, you know, they scored 23 in the last game and still on par to reach a similar number. This is a team that's always trying to grow, always striving to continue what they're doing, so that would be a great thing to see from them.
First pitch to Tiger misses for ball one. And really in his last two outings, things have really started to come together for Christian. He's allowed just one run over his last 6 1/3 innings pitched. 13 strikeouts during that 2-game stretch. This one finds the zone, 2 on the count. Becerra has proven to be, like you mentioned, one of the best strikeout pitchers on this team. The 9 punch-outs in his last game were the second most in a game by any Packer this season, only to L.J. McDonough. This one chopped into shallow center field. It's going to get down. One out base knock for Tiger. Justin Tiger gives way. Ryan Tiger's 0 for 2 on the night. Becerra working out of the stretch. First pitch. Misses down low, 1-0 the count.
Becerra usually rocking that classic shimmy back and forth on the mound, but with runners on, makes an adjustment. Pitches from the stretch.
Swing and a miss. Goes upstairs with the heater, and Tiger swings through it, 1-1 the count. Pickoff move over to first. Justin Tiger's back in time.
One of the better pickoff maneuvers.
There comes set. Kicks and fires. That one's in for a strike. One, 2 on the way. Misses with that one. Count evens up at 2-2. Mostly fastball. We'll see some off speed. Likes to blow guys away with the fastball.
Next number 19, Eric Anderson.
That'll bring up the left-handed batter, Eric Anderson. Hit a solo shot his last time up. He's 1 for 2. First pitch finds the zone. Now the Packers working with an 8-run lead. We're now in the 5th inning as that one misses. 1-1 the count. So if the A's want to get back into this one, they better start now. Christian Becerra showing no fear going, and he's ahead 1-2.
Well, this is a no mercy team for sure, as we saw last night. He's here to shake things up.
That one's just off the plate inside. Elicited a smirk from Christian Becerra on the mound. Thought he had Anderson looking. But instead the count's 2-2.
Yeah, he wishes he got that call, but this isn't a pitcher that worries too much about that when he's hitting the zone that consistently, getting those swings and misses.
Anderson lifts it into center field. Holcroft's under it. He's got it. Bestera strands the runner on first. We'll be right back with the bottom of the fifth in just a moment.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's flowing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth inning for the Prune Packers, Cortland University center fielder, number 1, Jake Holcroft.
Hello and welcome back to the broadcast. I'm Hayden Weber alongside Andy Campbell. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning and the Prune Packers working on an 11-3 lead over the Fresno A's. And Jake Holcroft was in the batter's box when Loudon Brooks was caught stealing to end the last inning.
It's unusual to see an out on the base pass, especially with such an offline throw, but it just happened to be right where the batter was, the runner rather, at the time.
Yeah. 0 the count to Holcroft. And that one's in for a strike.
Williams is finding the zone with that sort of release. It's going to be a lot of that, a lot of swings and misses, and a lot of looking strikes.
Here's the 0-2 from Trey Williams. Misses outside for ball 1. Well, the A's ran out a bunch of hard throwers last night, and so far we've had a couple of soft tossers in there. 0-2, or 1-2 rather. Chopped into left field for a base hit. Hit number 2 on the night for Holcroft.
You see.
There it is again, that opposite field hitting that I can just watch all day. Great contact. There's a reason he's that leadoff, just on base all the time and working those singles.
Holcroft, the runner at first. Jared Sundstrom, 0 for 1. He's walked twice. First pitch, tries to check his swing. Looks like he held up in time. 1 ball, no strikes. Tomorrow the Packers are in Solano, Fairfield, take on the Solano Mudcats for a doubleheader. This one misses off the plate, 2-0 to Sundstrom. And the Mudcats initially gave the Packers a ton of problems. They handed the Packers both of their first 2 losses, but since then, I think Packers have kind of cracked the code. They've won 3 straight.
they were struggling with that team a little bit early on, but as your roster grows, as your chemistry grows, that sort of thing is less likely to happen even with quality teams like the Mudcats.
Yeah, that is something to consider, is that the first loss, this was a much different looking roster than it is now. There's a swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. And there was no Blake Burke yet. You didn't have Torrin Montgomery. A couple of key pitchers weren't here at the time. And then the second game was game one of a doubleheader. It was only 7 innings. And we've seen plenty of late inning magic from this Packers team. They weren't given a chance to come back. 2-2 on the way, swing and a miss. Sundstrom goes down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Number 20, Blake Bird.
Blake Bird. He has had some really tough luck tonight. Had a hard hit ball to second. Very easily could have been a double, but it turned into a double play. And then got robbed of an extra base hit on a sliding grab in left field by Cameron Bryant, his last time up. One oh the count. This one misses outside, 2-0.
It's definitely frustrating when you're not getting the results you're looking for, but when you're getting those high-quality at-bats, regardless, you got to feel good about what you're contributing to this offense.
Kickoff move over to first. We've seen quite a few of those. Holcroft's back in with the head-first slide.
We have seen a lot of that in this game. Holcroft especially has seen a lot of action there with his lead at first.
And Burke fouls it back to the screen. 2 on the count. So I believe we have a final score on that game one of the doubleheader between the Mudcats and the Stompers.
That we do. Final score, Stompers win 4-2.
And the epic slide continues. You said the Stompers won, right? The Mudcats are in a free fall right now. That would be their 8th. And Burke looks at a ball outside, 3 on the count.
You said our Packers are facing the Mudcats later?
They are, tomorrow.
That's well for them then.
Yeah, I was saying this weekend, I mean, I know the Packers have had a little bit of a rough stretch coming into this weekend. And Blake Burke lays off, works a walk. Gives way to Joe Kramer.
Number 6, Joe.
But this was a good opportunity for the Packers to, start getting back-to-back-to-back more wins, get a win streak going. This Fresno A's team, we knew was certainly sweepable coming into this weekend. And then tomorrow, like we mentioned, the Mudcats in a free fall, and getting 2 games against them, that's a good break for the Packers.
Well, most definitely. I think, you're always going to feel that momentum when you're on a team this win streak going. It's just a little extra, something that can really benefit the mental part of the game.
Holcroft at second, Burke at first, 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Packers have scored in each of the last 3 innings. First pitch to Kramer, runs inside, gets a piece of him to load up the bases.
Now batting University of Missouri, first base number 33, Torrin Montgomery.
Well, this has turned into another opportunity for Torrin Montgomery to get a grand slam. He's homered in every game he's played against the Fresno A's. And so far tonight, he has continued to shred this team. He's 2 for 3 with a triple and a double. He's driven in 3 runs.
A grand slam right here would take him close, not only to just a fantastic game, but to that cycle.
Oh, Montgomery just did get underneath that one, fouling it back to the screen.
He got his A swing off there for sure. Just took his head off it for just a sec. But great power, great stroke.
I think he was thinking left field right there.
That he was. If he got a hold of that one, would have been right.
Here's the 0-1. This one foul tipped into the mid of Anderson. Another big rip from Montgomery, and it's 0-2.
Such power like this guy does, you feel comfortable with taking hacks like that, even if you're not getting the contact that you're looking for. You know if you get a hold of one, it's going yard.
Sam Brown stands on deck. Bases full of Packers with 1 down. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside. 1-2 the count. Holcroft's at third, Burks at second, Kramer at first. 8-run lead for the Packers. Chance to really bust this game open even more right here. 1-2 on the way. And Montgomery destroys a baseball, hitting it right center field at his back, and it's caught right in front of the wall. Plenty deep enough to score Holcroft, and it's 12-3. Well, he gave it a ride, and it didn't quite clear the fence in right center, but he still gets credit for the RBI, his 4th of the ball game.
Again, to remember for him, you know, he's a little frustrated that didn't scoot by behind the fence there, but still productive out, and a great hit, as I said, destroyed that baseball.
So now runners at the corners. 2 down. Here's Sam Brown. 12-3 Packers. First misses low and away.
And here we have another great home run hitter as of late.
And the runner at third base is Carson Crawford, in for Blake Burke. So Crawford over there at third. Kramer at first. Brown chops it back up the middle. It's fielded by the shortstop Tiger. He'll step on the bag at second for the force out to end the inning. Packers tack another run on. It's 12-3. We'll be back in the top of the 6th coming up after the break.
Giant 6'7" Frank Howard ties a major league record with 7 strikeouts in a twin bill with the Red Sox. Frank Howard striking out 7 times. 1965, 6'7" Frank Howard. The top of the 6th inning. For the Athletics, number 0, Nathan Padilla.
Christian Becerra back out for his second inning of work here in the top of the 6th inning. Nathan Padilla, who's filling in for Leo Aguin. Becerra's ahead 0-1. This one fouled back to the screen. 0-2.
As I'll mention time and time again, it's great to be a Packers pitcher, always knowing that you have that lead very frequently and able to get those strikes early and do your work.
This is downstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the Fresno A's are 12-16. They're trying to avoid getting swept by the Packers here this weekend. There's a swing and a miss. Becerra's got his 3rd strikeout. They're an independent wood bat team, so they don't belong to any organization, which is what makes them unique based on the other non. And this team travels. Pitch to Steven Martinez is in for a strike.
This is a team that has seen a lot of different sort of a first for the Packers as far as non-collegiate teams they face this year.
0-2 on the way. Fouled back to the screen. Christian Becerra is a strike away from punching out the side here in the 6th.
That one just sort of sneaked through a gap in the fence into the grandstands here.
There is ever so slightly a little gap up there. There's a swing and a miss. Christian Becerra has got it working right now. He's got 5 punch-outs in 2 innings. And the lead stays 12-3 Packers. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Blake McDonald will lead it off after the break.
Good job, Colson and Bo. Coming in a pitch for the Athletics, number 6, Carson Stevens. Seven, Blake McDonald.
Bottom of the order, 7-8-9 set to get it started for the Prune Packers here in the bottom of the 6th, working with a 12-3 lead on the Fresno A's. New pitcher on the mound is the righty Carson Stevens out of Reedley College. And the Packers, 9-run lead. Let's see if they can get it up to double digits. They've scored in every inning but the first. First pitch to McDonald, gets a piece of him. He didn't like it, so he heads to first base.
Didn't have much time to evade that one. Looked like it might have just flipped him right above the hip. Not very comfortable spot to take one.
Well, here's Zach Vulic. Four of Zach's 9 hits have gone for extra bases. This one gets away from Anderson, and McDonald hobbling into second base.
Not a bad deal there. Take a free 90, stretch out that sore muscle there.
And he's favoring that left hip or leg, wherever he was hit. Counts 1-1 on Vulic. Looks at a pitch upstairs, 2 on the count. And something I noticed with Zach is he follows that ball all the way into the mitt. Every time it misses, you can see his head turn back, see where that pitch ended up.
That's an important thing to be thinking about. As a batter, he's got a great read on the ball.
Looks at another one, 3-1 the count. I'm sure most hitters do that, but it's very exaggerated with Zach. Really turns his head over. Here's the 3-1. And Vulic has worked his second walk of the game. That'll get a mound visit. Tough start for Stevens.
Not ideal for sure, all done in 6 pitches, the first one being that beam to Blake McDonald.
So here's kind of a cool fun fact also about the Fresno A's. Is they play at a minor league stadium, I'm told. They play at the Fresno Grizzlies field, and wow, it looks like the pitcher's coming off the mound here. Oh no. Just holding that forearm elbow area, it looks like. And that's really too bad. As he walks back over towards the bullpen, we'll have a new pitcher on for the Fresno A's. Hope everything is okay with Carson Stevens.
You always want that opportunity to clean up a mess that you've made, and that's not always your choice, whether it be a coach or some sort of injury, but we wish him the best.
So while we wait for the new pitcher, they play at the Fresno Grizzlies Stadium, which is the single-A affiliate of the Colorado Rockies. And their manager, Oscar Hinojosa, is from Fireball, California, same hometown as Bills quarterback Josh Allen. And get this, he coached Josh Allen in baseball as a freshman in high school.
Number 17, August Malum.
So kind of a cool tidbit there, as the guy in the opposing dugout at one point coached one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Very interesting how small the sports community and sports world can be sometimes.
Viral today in the Home Run Derby X, which is something Major League Baseball is rolling out. They're overseas in London trying to grow the game. And if you go to the MLB social accounts, you can see just an absolutely majestic diving attempt from the retired Johnny Gomes. Doing the Gomes name proud over there overseas. Serving as London.
It is always nice to see baseball expand and to see the major leagues broaden their horizons, to see it in a lot of other sports, trying to recruit all different corners of the globe.
We've seen a few international players go up against the Packers this year. I know the Mudcats have Jared Wood. He's out of Australia. Pretty good ball player. And then when we played Menlo Park, Kyodai Aoida, he's a pretty good player out of Japan.
It's beneficial to all ball clubs to be able to get the best from everywhere to come and play. CCL, MLB, wherever. It's always good to have great talent from all across the globe.
And by the way, since Stevens left with an injury, the new pitcher on August Malum will have all the time he needs to warm up.
All right, now batting for the Prune Packers from Texas Tech, shortstop, number 3, Loudon Brooks.
Up steps Loudon Brooks, 2 on. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Packers with a 12-3 lead. And they just continue to have lots of success against the Fresno A's. First pitch to Loudon.
Take far, just not able to really square up on it, hit it solidly.
Malum is out of Porterville College in Porterville, California. Had 0-1 on Brooks, checks McDonald at second, comes home, misses downstairs. Loudon has reached every time he's been up, 2 for 2 with the walk. This one misses downstairs, 2 on the count.
That's the sort of productivity that you want, especially from a 9-hole. To not be weighing the team down, dragging the team down offensively, which is something that is very rare to happen with this team.
Swing and a miss. Loudon has an opportunity to pick up his first multi-RBI game of the season. He's already got his 3rd multi-hit game. His last one came on June 23rd against the Mudcats. Malum comes set, checks the runner at second, kicks and fires. Once again, he misses low. Brooks is drawing the count full. Payoff pitch. Brooks draws a walk to load up the bases.
Betting Portland University center fielder number 1, Jake Holcroft.
Train whistles blow and guitars play. Preachers preach.
Loudon's been struggling with the bat, but with a 191 average, but more importantly, that on-base percentage in the 300s, so still being productive.
And this one's going to get down in right field. McDonald scores. In comes Vuletic. We'll stop Brooks over there at 3rd. 2 more home. It's 14-3.
For the Prune Packers from Texas Tech, number 18, Sam Hunt.
got his third hit in the ball game.
Oh, he's been looking fantastic today, but when you're swinging the bat like he is, bad games are few and far between.
That's Jake's third straight 3-hit game. Absolutely nobody can get him out. And the lefty Sam Hunt is coming in to pinch hit for Jared Sundstrom. This one hit hard into right field. Base hit. Runner scores from third, and it's 15-3.
Now batting, UC Berkeley number 10, Carson Crawford.
So still nobody out here in the sixth. And the Packers have already plated 3 runs. And that'll bring up Carson Crawford, his first plate appearance of the game. First pitch swinging, comes up empty, 0-1 the count.
And coming off of a tough loss last night, you know the Athletics bullpen are hurting. We're seeing if the Packers will be able to crack this open even more than they already have and extend past the 23 runs they scored last game.
One misses outside. Count evens up at 1-1. Fullcroft's in there at second. Hunt the runner at first. One on the way. This one misses low. 2 on the count. In the last 5 innings, Packers have gone 3-3-5-1-3. The August Malum really struggling right now in relief of Carson Stevens. There's a swing and a miss. Counts full on Crawford. Here's the payoff pitch. Well, the positive thing about these blowouts is you get to see some fun things sometimes, like we saw Stasiowski pinch hitting. First pitch to Kramer, misses upstairs. And on 4th of July, we saw Vijay Patel come in to pitch the 9th. And he's listed as a coach on the roster, and that was a cool moment in that game. So you kind of have to wonder what else is in store tonight. Kramer gets under it, skying it to the left side, and it goes out of play, foul.
A lot of relief, and I can assume that it was very similar. Just as you said.
2-1 on the way. And Malum just really having a tough time throwing strikes. Behind 3-1. He's already walked in a run in this inning. The kick, the pitch. Kramer hits it over to third, fielded cleanly, throw to second, and they can't make the play. Everybody's safe, a run scores, and it's 16-3. It looked like a clean throw, but
Is this your phone?
No, this is my charger.
I don't know whose phone that is.
Okay, yeah.
It's not ours.
Andy, is that your phone?
Weird.
Yeah. It's okay.
There's these few kids that
It's okay. Here's Torn Montgomery. This one misses downstairs.
who started it? I'm like, so at least you know like hard. And then one of the kids
Base is still full of Packers. Nobody out, still in the inning. Montgomery crushes it to center. Oh, looked good off his bat, but it just kind of blooped in out there. A run scores. And it's 17-3. But it didn't go too terribly far.
Yeah, just a little bloop as you mentioned, but still seeing the ball fantastic. Here's Montgomery. Another early in the count hit there, and now just a home run shot.
Yeah, and a 5 RBI day for Torn Montgomery. Now still nobody out in the inning. Bases are loaded, and the 9th man to bat, Sam Brown.
The Athletics have to be slightly disappointed. They had a opportunity, but now still, again, no outs and bases loaded. It's going to be a struggle of many.
This one misses downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes to Sam Brown. Crawford, the runner, at third. Kramer at second with Torn Montgomery at first. 5 home in the inning, nobody out. Brown hits it hard, back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Crawford scores. They're going to wave Kramer. He'll score standing up. Montgomery's in at third. And it's 19-3.
The over on the 23 runs from last game is looking pretty promising right now. We'll see if the Packers elect to... We'll be seeing if the Packers can make some substitutions or what they're going to do to end this game on a high note, still get some productive at-bats.
Well, the Fresno A's are going to make another pitching change. And they have just had no answers for the Packers offense. Quite frankly, this year, last year, doesn't matter. The Packers have just had their way with this pitching staff. And it looks like the new pitcher is going to be the first baseman. Is that DeMaria?
For the Athletics, number 7, Cameron DeMaria.
There to save the arms of what is left of your bullpen.
Well, DeMaria is listed as a two-way player, so there's he's got experience on the mound. So we'll have to wait and see who the defensive replacement is over there first. But this game has gotten ugly for the second straight day. The Packers are they showed no mercy last night, got the 21-3 win. But with a double header tomorrow at 11 a.m., you kind of have to wonder what the deal is.
I could see Joey opting to speed things along, maybe putting the bench out on the field, or again, it is a non-collegiate game, so we could see them just opting to go with that 10-run rule here in the 7th.
And the sun is setting here at Rec Park. The lights are on. How long this game ends up going. The ball game last nearly went 4 hours. And it looks like we are more or less on pace for that same mark here tonight. And the hitter in the on-deck circle appears to be Liam Little. So
Beer concession needs to close at 8:30. Those of you that are aware of that, 8:30 is the beer concession. according to our city license.
So hopefully nothing too wrong with Blake McDonald. We know he got hit on the leg or the hip, somewhere on that left leg. And he's come out of the ball game. Probably just a precautious move. Don't want to speculate too much.
Most likely just not wanting to have another opportunity to damage it anymore. Most likely just some sort of soreness. And I know it's been a while since we've seen the top of an inning, but Christian Becerra has been looking fantastic.
Absolutely. Montgomery at third. Packers have bat around and still nobody out in the sixth. We've scored 7 runs and the count's 1-0 on Liam Little. The Packers had 15 men come to bat in the 7th last night. They scored 10 runs in that inning. We appear to be on pace for probably right about that number.
I would say so, with still no outs and 7 thus far in the bottom of the 6th.
3-0 the count on Liam Little. The kick, the pitch. Taken all the way, works a 4-pitch walk. And once again, the bases are loaded with nobody out.
I think we're going to see a lot of that similar patience from the rest of the Packers batters.
I mean, if you're Fresno, you gotta, let the Packers beat you. You gotta throw strikes.
I would say so. You gotta let their bats do the work for them.
Zach Vuletich looks at a strike. He's yet to be retired.
And with this Packers offense, I think your best bet of getting some outs here as well is just pitch into contact, hoping for a double play, a ground out of some sort.
Swing and a miss. Vuletich falls behind 0-2. So Vuletich and Brooks.
Back part of the order doing their job, and that's not an uncommon sight to see. This is a very well-rounded lineup.
Here's the pitch from DeMaria, and it gets away from Anderson, rolling all the way towards the dugout, but Montgomery holds up there at third. And looks like it got out of play, so everybody gets a base. Montgomery scores, and it's 18-3. 19-3. Easy to lose track.
It has been a very active half inning here for the Packers.
So it's 19-3. 8 runs have come in to score. This one hit hard over to second, fielded cleanly. The throw to first is in time. Run comes in to score.
That's a very important out right there, finally trying to get some momentum going the other way for the Athletics. And now with less runners on the base paths, we'll see if they can pitch more comfortably.
So it's 20-3. 9 runs home in the inning. Here's Loudon Brooks. First pitch swinging. Chops it foul down the third base line. Liam Little, the runner at third. Now with 1 down in the inning. This one misses downstairs. Two on the count to Brooks. This one misses. 3-1 the count.
We've seen some great performances from the Packers, and in a sea of great performances like this, the two that have stuck out to me is Torrin Montgomery and up to bat Loudon Brooks.
Absolutely. Here's the 3-1. This one hit hard, deep into center field, going back, and it's over the head of Tiger, rolls all the way to the ivy. Little's going to score easily. Brooks pulls up there at second, and it's 22-3.
Here's our next player. The raffle tickets, last 3 numbers, 283 and 289. Come on down, 283, 289. And now coming to play for the Prune Packers from Seattle University, number 25, Morgan White. 283, 289. 283, 289 for this bottle of Chardonnay. 283, 289, last 3 numbers.
Well, as we mentioned, some fun at-bats in these sort of blowout games. Here comes Morgan White.
Yeah, Morgan White, the second pitcher to hit in consecutive days. Yesterday it was Stasiowski, today it's Morgan White. He's behind 0-1. This one gets away from Anderson. Brooks takes third.
283, we have a 289 winner. 283 is still waiting. 283, last 3 numbers.
We're only in the 6th, and the Packers have already outscored yesterday's number. There's a strike call, 1-2.
This is a team that's always constantly improving. Case in point, even in games like this, you can see slight upgrades, slight changes in the offensive capabilities, the defensive capabilities.
So Morgan White strikes out swinging.
Now batting number 27, VJ.
I'll bring up Vijay Patel. We mentioned him earlier. The coach struck out the side in the 9th on 4th of July. Now he's going to pinch hit.
283 going once, 283, last call, 283. We'll have to draw another one.
Like we said, this is, I guess, the fun part of these blowouts when you're on the winning side. You get to see some unique moments like this. And there's a strike. Patel is the 14th man to bat in the 6th. 10 have come in to score.
The number to beat from last night is 15.
Yep. And that 15th man stands on deck. Should be Carson Crawford. 2-1 to Patel. Swing and a miss. Well, he reached out for it, couldn't quite get a piece of it.
That's some aggressive at-bat situation right there, aggressive mentality.
Now here's a petition. If they score 30, the announcers get to go in. Swing and a miss. Down goes Patel. And that'll end the inning. Mercifully, Packers plate 10 runs. They're up 22-3. We'll be back in the 7th right after the break.
Raby Wine Cellars 261. 261. Last 3 numbers 261. Last call 261. 261. Now coming to pitch for the Prune Packers, number 9, Jake McCoy. Last call 261. All right. Our next number is 051. 051. Last 3 numbers 051. 051. Zero 051 for the award-winning Chardonnay. Last call 051. Going once, twice. How about 092? 092. 092. Come on down, 092. Raby Wine Cellars award-winning Chardonnay from Rocky Only Vineyards. 100 points. We've got a winner. Fantastic. Thank you. Leading out, top of the 7th inning, number 32 for the Athletics, Joseph Portwood.
We're in the top of the 7th inning. Prune Packers are up 22-3 on the Fresno A's. They just scored 10 runs in the 6th. And the new arm on the mound for the Prune Packers, it's the righty Jake McCoy out of Petaluma.
Paul's birthday. Happy birthday, Paul.
Now, it has been a while since we've been on defense here at the Bird, but just a fantastic 2 innings from Becerra there.
This one skied into center. Holcroft's under it. He's got it. Out number 1. Just a festive time. You're up 19 runs. Started off a little toasty, but it's a pretty nice night here in Healdsburg.
The sun is just about setting, so it's cooled down quite nicely.
And by the way, it was number 32, Joseph Portwood, who pinch hit for Bryant, and he flew out to center. So now it's Brandon Dodd at the plate. So
one more thing from Becerra before we move on. Now averaging 2 strikeouts per innings pitched.
It's pretty good numbers. Christian's final line worked 2 innings, punching out 5 batters, allowed just 1 hit, no walks, no runs. Swing and a miss. 2 up, 2 down for McCoy.
Strong start here with a debut. It's a great opportunity to showcase a new arm in a non-pressure situation.
There are quite a few defensive changes for the Packers. Behind the plate is Liam Little. Looks like Carson Crawford's over at third. Holcroft in center. There's a few other ones.
Kramer's still there at third.
Does it say what percentage? Why don't you ask them, like,
That is Kramer at third. Because Crawford came in for Burke, who was the DH. So that's where Crawford is. 2 on the count. It's tough to tell from up here sometimes who's where when you get mass substitutions on the defense.
Well, certainly, and especially in this sort of situation where there's a lot of fresh faces there. We'll try to keep everyone at home up to date as best we can.
2-2 the count on the pinch hitter Matthew Lauren, filling in for Jacob Maynard. The kick, the pitch, misses upstairs.
Pause there. The Prune Packers clapped. I can almost assume that this will be the mercy rule.
Yeah, I was going to say. Here's the payoff. And it misses just off the plate. 2-out walk for Lauren.
Number 13, Ivan Ruiz.
Well, assuming the mercy rule is in place, the A's want to keep this thing going. They got to score 7 runs, even to actually 8 runs, get them to 11. Well,
10 to be
10 runs. My goodness.
No time like the present.
The pinch hitter is number 13, Ivan Ruiz, filling in for Justin Tiger. This one fouled back. And the count's 1-2.
1 pitch left in this game. Hayden, what was your favorite moment so far today?
Oh my goodness.
I know there's so many to choose from, but
just every Torrin Montgomery at bat was fun to watch. Just does get a piece of it, staying alive at 1-2. Give me that. Give me that 2-run Torrin Montgomery triple in the 4th. That was fun to watch. That was fun to watch. 1-2 on the way. Hit hard, but right to the shortstop, Loudon Brooks. And that'll end the ball game. Mercifully.
And the mercy rule will final score 22-3. Big round of applause for the Athletics and for the Prune Packers. Big game tonight.
Hanging in there with us for 2 straight nights. Neither game was competitive, but all of us Prune Packers fans got to see some fireworks on the offensive side.
It's been a great 2 games for the Packers. Always feels good when you're hitting that well. It can carry into different games, more competitive games, more contested games. They'll be able to continue this offensive streak going.
Hope to see you 6 o'clock on Wednesday again. Thanks for coming out tonight.
Packers plated their 22 runs on 14 hits. And then the Fresno A's got the 3 runs on 5 hits. The A's committed 5 errors. walked a whole bunch of batters and issued a lot of free passes in this game, and the Packers were just able to capitalize all night.
Almost certainly. There was definitely some opportunities that the Athletics didn't fully capitalize on, but the Packers were there and willing to score more runs.
Well, if you had to single out a big performer in this game, like you mentioned, there's a lot of options, but I think, you know what, the player of the game is Torrin Montgomery. I mean, his domination of the Fresno A's, and who knows where if Torrin will ever, come back. I think he'll be a senior next year, potentially be in the MLB draft, so we'll have to wait and see, or if the Fresno A's are even scheduled next year. But very rarely do we see a single player dominate a team like this in their career.
Oh, it's just fantastic. Yeah, especially as you mentioned, not a whole lot of games to do such a thing, and just played fantastically. A lot of fantastic hits, a lot early in the count too, jumping on these opportunities and just hit fantastically. How many RBIs did he end with in this one?
Well, let's take a look at that. 5 runs batted in. He ended up going, 3 for 4 because he had the sac fly. So after picking up the 5 ribbies tonight, that complements the 5 he picked up yesterday. So 10 RBIs in the last 2 games against the Fresno A's. And his bat, him and Sam Brown, those 2 bats coming to life, just make this lineup even deeper. And it's one of the main reasons they were able to score 20 runs for 2 straight nights.
Most definitely. And when you're seeing offense at this level, but you're still able to pick out these few that are just performing even above that, it's really a special thing.
So one more little fun fact for you. Hold on, I have to make sure my math is right. The Prune Packers in the last 4 games against the Fresno A's, they've outscored them 80-7. I mean, that is just such a rarity in baseball to ever see the 80, even in a 5-6 game series combined between 2 teams, 80 runs. You got to be kidding me.
That is true total domination, club to club.
And that'll do it for tonight's ball game here at Rec Park. Once again, final score 22-3. The Prune Packers mercy rule the Fresno A's in 7 innings. I want to thank you for tuning into the broadcast tonight, and we'll be right back tomorrow at 11 a.m. on Mixler from Vanden High and Fairfield as we take on the Solano Mudcats in a 2-game doubleheader. From Rec Park and for Andy Campbell, I'm Hayden Weber.